Quarterbacks to scramble around a little bit.
So it's 1st and 20. Back at the 38. Three-man rush, a pump. He is intercepted. It's picked off by Chris Thompson. And a big turnover for the Edmonton Eskimos. Their 23rd of the year.
And that one fooled Henry Burris. He thought he had man-to-man on the outside. He tried a double move. And what he had was a zone defense, and Chris Thompson playing high as the outside third player in the zone defense. So that ball thrown right into his hands as he breaks down. He thought he had man-to-man with the man-to-man on the bottom here with the matchup with Bailey. And that's what Henry Burris thought. He thought he had man-to-man, and he had that man beat. What he didn't see is he had a deep defender in the zone defense in Chris Thompson.
Well, Chris Thompson has his second of the year. Let's see what the Eskimos do with it. 24 points after turnovers on Monday, and Marcus Henry gets away for extra yards down the sidelines.
Hey, Thompson family, I love y'all. The Moles, I know what it is, man.
20th career interception for the 5-year bet.
I promise. All the family back at the crib. For y'all.
Well, Calgary had 4 turnovers Monday, 3 touchdowns and a field goal for Edmonton. Trying to get back into this game by making the Stampeders pay for that interception. 1st and 10. Putting it up, and they're not on the same page as that ball falls well away from any intended target. Looked like it was Fred Stamps, who Ricky Ray wanted to hook up with.
Fred Stamps ran corner. Ricky Ray wanted post and through post. Now, it's hard to tell who made the mistake here, but that's the route that Fred Stamps is going to run. And Ricky Ray on the break. He's got to get rid of this ball on the break, and he does, but he throws to the post. Remember, Fred Stamps missed the last 3 games due to injury.
And still without a catch in this game. 5 for 161 and a pair of touchdowns back in July against Calgary. Looking in the end zone, Precier Rodriguez, and that off the fingertips of the corner, Jeff Tisdale. And so the Eskimos will have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Dangerous pass there from Ricky Ray. They almost had that picked off. Looked like Ray locked into that side of the field right away. He backed up a couple steps. He's got pressure a couple times in a row down there, but you could see a couple of Calgary defenders. Virtually no window for Precier Rodriguez there.
Chironi coming off a miss from 24 yards out. Has put that through, and now it's an 8-point lead for the Stampeders. Off to a great start last night.
Yeah, it was a good game. Boy, Aaron Rodgers looks on the mark in Green Bay.
After the field goal, Calgary takes possession at their 35 with Joffrey Reynolds in the backfield, and the handoff off the left side. And Reynolds able to burrow his way for 8. So better tonight. John Hufnagel put a premium on having a better run game tonight. It has not been spectacular, but has shown some signs.
Well, it has. You know, coming into this game, Joffrey Reynolds 7 runs over 10 yards, so he's still got the ability to break that. He had 4 over 20. Coming into this game tonight, just needs some more touches, because running backs will tell you they get more of those big runs the back half of the game, right in the 4th quarter.
Good take, 2nd and 2, back to Reynolds. 9th carry and a big one. Joffrey Reynolds into the secondary, taken down by the safety, Donovan Alexander. That's a 21-yard pickup for number 21, and now getting close to his best game of the season.
Natural hole to that play side before the snap of the ball, and it catches the Edmonton Eskimos this play in a stunt with Rod Davis going outside in that stunt, trying to get some pressure, and then that run up the middle fools them. Big opening for Joffrey Reynolds.
Season high is 59 yards, up to 55, and Cornish into the game, and they stay on the ground. And John Cornish running inside the 15 and finally runs out of room. But another huge run after 21 for Reynolds. It's 38 for John Cornish. That's the longest run of the season for the Calgary Stampeders.
And this is how important balance in the run game is. And you talked about how they talked about, you can see Marcus Howard just outside to the right of your screen come hard off the edge from the right side as if he's in full pass rush mode on first down going after Henry Burrs. That opens up the cutback lane now for John Cornish, who takes full advantage of it, running through the arm tackle of J.C. Sherritt.
Sets up first and goal. Big run night now. Back to Reynolds. And he's stacked up at about the 5. Sets up a big second and goal now for Dave Dickinson, the play caller.
I often talk about it because playing defense, I knew how difficult it was to play against a balanced team, because it even affects the secondary. Even though your job in the defensive secondary should be pass first always, when you start having success on the run, you start wanting to help out and make those tackles on running backs, and that's when you get caught moving forward when you shouldn't be.
Double tight end formation, second and goal from the 4. Burris looking into the end zone, and Rambo stumbled, and the ball falls incomplete.
I'm not so sure if he would have got there anyway. It looked like that ball went out the back end. But he did stumble, working on Chris Thompson, who, by the way, he got going here. Sometimes you need that first one to get you started if you're defensive back looking for interceptions. He got one on that last series, and he got his first on Labor Day Monday. That's 2 on the season, and remember, he had 7 last year.
And is that 3 good-looking Calgary drives that have come up short?
Mm-hmm.
Paredes with a chip shot from 11 yards out. And that restores the 11-point Calgary lead here late in the third quarter.
Bit of a special teams game, and as I mentioned earlier, whether you're playing on offense as John Cornish or playing defensive back, you still have to play on the teams as well. And Cornish contributing in a lot of different ways. This nice run in the first half, a little screen pass out of the backfield when he got his turn to play starting tailback. But we mentioned his job on the punt cover team and how well he's played there. I mean, 3 tackles here tonight that I've counted. He had 5 coming in. That's 8 total for John Cornish, who's on those cover teams as well.
Why our colleague Dwayne Ford had him rated as the #1 Canadian player in the Canadian Football League at the start of this season.
A 30-plus yard run on that last series. But you're right, I believe that's the 3rd drive now that the Calgary Stampeders have had to settle for field goal attempts and just can't finish off these drives. But here's his big run in this last series. Nice on the cutback right there on Marcus Howard. 38-yarder, sorry, Chris.
Longest run of the year for the Stampeders. They should just get to their own 40 and heave it up to the end zone. That's how they scored their touchdown on the Hail Mary. If you're joining us late, Armstead cut down as he falls forward across the 30 as Keon Raymond makes the tackle.
Another starter.
Mike Miller, the Riverview, New Brunswick native who's been a special teams demon for Edmonton, comes up on the limb.
You mentioned Corbin Sharon and Mike Miller. Those are 2 guys who have been competing against each other to lead the league in special teams tackles. Sharon coming in with 15. He led the league coming in, and he still does. 13 special team tackles coming in for Miller.
When we get to Moncton on the 25th of September for Touchdown Atlantic, a lot of people in the Moncton area are going to be asking us about what we think of Mike Miller, who's made quite an impact in his rookie year. Eskimos start on the ground again, and it's Messam, and there's not much there. Jerome Messam entered this game 4th in the CFL in rushing, largely on the strength of a huge game against the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
You know, he's not had a super long career, obviously, and his career average about 4.4 is not bad. You want to be over 5, and in the last 3 games, it has really dropped. I mean, he had a couple games there where he was in negative yardage, and That forced his average down to 2.5. He just can't seem to get going.
Second and 8, and all kinds of confusion there. Boy, it's been a tough year for the running backs, and the run game has been grumbling in Edmonton and Calgary and Winnipeg, and it just seems like the run game's been tough to get established in 2011.
Procedure. Edmonton, number 54. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's another penalty against the right tackle, the newcomer out of Nebraska, Chris Patrick.
One of the reasons for that, and talking to offensive coordinators, why the run game is struggling a little bit, is the quickness of the defenders. You know, Marcus Crandall and Dave Dickinson both talked about how defensive linemen are getting so much quicker that they can play both the outside and containment and also take the running backs.
So second and 13. Ray recovered from the low snap. Marcus Henry got a ways to go, but he's going to get the first down as he steps out at the 43.
Pretty nice job of running by Marcus Henry after the fact as he comes back on the curl. He was well short of the first down here when he makes this catch. And that's one of the few times that Ricky Ray's been able to go to his number one guy, that just sort of outside curl towards the sideline, and got the first down after it.
So Henry becoming a bigger part of this Eskimo attack in the second half. First down, Ray has Marcus Henry again. And he's got another first down up at midfield, and that's a milestone completion.
Yes, it is. Ricky Ray has just tied Matt Dunnigan all-time completions in the Canadian Football League. Anthony Calvillo leads the list. And with his next one, Ricky Ray will move into 5th place all by himself.
In this, his 9th year in the CFL. All with the Eskimos, where Matt Dunnigan started his Hall of Fame career. 11 yards, first down, and there is Fred Stamp's first catch of the night. Bounced out by Morley, and Matt, we hate to tell you, you've dropped a spot in the all-time completion list.
And maybe more importantly in this game for the Edmonton Eskimos, that's a completion to Fred Stamps. And sometimes it only takes one to get a receiver going as well, and maybe that's the one.
17 to Stamps. And this Eskimo offense looking better in the second half. There's a pitch to Messam. And he'll crash over the 40 down to the 38-yard line. And Jerome Messam, 3 to 4 yards on that carry.
Matt Dunnigan played for, I think I was counting 6 teams in the Canadian Football League, but you're right. A lot of the great years here with the Edmonton Eskimos as Brian Kelly here on Labor Day in Calgary as a member of the Edmonton Eskimos. Played with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Toronto Argonauts.
Winnipeg, Birmingham,
BC
finished
Lions.
in Hamilton. How about a team that he started out with at one time had Tracy Ham, Damon Allen, and Matt Dunnigan, all on the same roster. And they'll all be in the Hall of Fame. And we could debate why Damon Allen's not already in the Hall of Fame, but that might take a while. So he'll be there soon enough. So a third down and the field goal team comes on. And Schiavone with an attempt from outside the 45. And check that, it's going to be Damon Duvall coming in. So Schiavone missed from outside 45, and Duvall's going to get his first try of the night. Under 74%, which is why Schiavone got the assignment, and Duvall has hooked another, and this will go for a single point. And the lead now is 10. Eskimos getting the pass game a little bit more involved. Better running in the second half by Calgary. And after 3 quarters, there are the numbers.
Well, and they did get a pass completed to Fred Stamps. Congratulations to Ricky Ray moving past Matt Dunnigan with his completion totals. But again, a game of some missed opportunities for Edmonton early on, and also for the Calgary Stampeders. There's been 30 points in this game, and only 1 touchdown on that Hail Mary.
And that is the only major score, one that probably shouldn't have happened. It's been a case of the defense digging in when it's had to.
Yeah, they bent a little bit. You saw Calgary Stampeders, when they did get their running game going, they moved it right down inside the 15-yard line. In fact, inside the 10, and had to settle for a field goal.
Interesting to know if they decided to go with Duval just because of the distance, or whether Schiavone may have tweaked something in this game. But the missed field goal, the single point, makes it a 10-point game. And catch by Rambo, and C.J. Bailey on the scene there defensively for Edmonton.
There's the wide side out we talked about. And it looked like Henry Burris brought Kenyon Rambo a little bit back to the football, but didn't make the catch, and himself in a good second down situation.
Stampeders receivers lead the league in yak yards this year. Yards after the catch as a group. Over 1,100 now.